If you the one to take the blame, you can say what you saw.
They take my kindness for weakness, still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Take my kindness for weakness, still coming out.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will try to protect home. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, there's also that East versus West thing. Each team leading their respective conference. This is a clash of the big dogs, and one that could have ramifications down the road.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Cleveland, Livingston is out there with Robert Covington, and then there's Antetokounmpo, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Robinson in at the 4 slot. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. There's the foul against the Clippers. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. And one thing you notice with Giannis is just how much better this team is with him on the floor. What he brings on offense and defense is as huge as any player in our league. And really respect the confidence of Lin. His teammates love how he runs these pick and roll plays.
Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, and one little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the rack.
It's one of the most reliable moves you can make, GA. So pretty when it works. And that one drops for him. Hollis Jefferson's got his first points in this one.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
And here is Los Angeles now. To the middle. There's Hollis Jefferson. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Robinson passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Robinson. Pass to Bellinelli. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Adams. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Lin. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
Livingston dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And the Cavs front office never shy about making bold moves. You think about changing coaches a couple seasons ago, even with the team's record at 30-11.
Well, T. Lue is the answer. They weathered a lot of criticism, part of the responsibility of leadership. Can't always make the popular call. You got to make the right call.
Livingston, that's good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Talk about ugly. I mean, no pressure being put on him, and he sails the pass right out of bounds.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 9 points in the game so far. Kicks to Adams. Back to Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound. The dish now to Bellinelli. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bellinelli. Pass to Adams. Goes back up. And stolen by Horford. Here's Lynn. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn. Constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
And Chris, the Sacramento teams you were on were so good at passing at every position. Just what is needed to build a kind of offense that does pass the ball like that, that's as fluid as that?
Well, 2 things. You have to have the offensive system, and then I think you have to have players with the skill set. You know, you can't really be a good passer if you're not a good scorer, because everybody's just going to stay back off of you and deny their man. But when you're a pretty good scorer, everyone has to watch you just as much as they watch their man, because you're just as much of a threat with the ball as you are passing. So I would say there we had guys that really could move the ball, that really could shoot the ball, so they were a threat. And all they had to do was be kind of a decoy. Pump fake, attack the basket, draw another guy, and then pass it to a guy that's willing to shoot. Unselfishness is a big trait, too, that you have to have. Guys that like seeing their teammates score, guys that enjoy seeing their other players get involved into the game. That's really important.
Wow, what a great breakdown. Now here's Lynn. Second chance shot. Right wing. It's picked off. Here's Livingston. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jokic.
Oh, well, one interesting fact about Sean people might not know is that he was named Mr. Basketball in Illinois in his high school days. That's an honor he'll always cherish.
And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot.
Screen by Adams. Bellinelli passes to Robinson. Antetokounmpo dishes to Bellinelli. Screen by Adams. Tips it up. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Clippers trail by 7. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lynn. It's stolen. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
Back to Lynn. Passes it to Connaughton. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Connaughton's got 6.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Back to Livingston. Adams against Jokic. Here's Robinson. He kicks it to Bellinelli. The putback And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And so it's Cleveland going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll return shortly. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already. Clippers trail by 10. On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Adams is out there with Robinson. Then there's Bellinelli. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Livingston in at the one spot.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Bellinelli is so talented, a team player who really whips the ball over to his teammates.
And when you watch Giannis out there, he just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the three line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And it's Adams on the follow. And the Cavaliers lead by 13.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Bullock. And they get it to the left side wing. His three-pointers off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 15. On up the court. Rejected by Harris. Jacks up a three. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Everything he is throwing up has been off. He needs to find his groove. And soon. Coming out of the gates confident. He's been amazing this quarter, but plenty of game left to go.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Feeds it to Bullock. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
He's the key if they're going to make a run. He's been way off this court.
And Chris, in your playing days, you had to deal with media answering questions. Now you're on the other side of that. You're asking the questions. What was your view of the media then, and has that changed at all?
My view of the media then was watch what you say, because they will take the smallest soundbite and turn it into the title of the article, and if you don't read the article, you will not see that it had anything to do with what was written. So always be cautious, and of course they're good members of the media, but you can always get gotten. I still feel the same way, that you just need to be honest, respect the process, but make sure that you understand that the interviewer is doing their job, and it would be a great notch in their belt to use one of your quotes as a gotcha moment. And so I just think you just have to be careful and make sure that you're prepared for the interview. But no, it hasn't changed, and hopefully, Kev, like yourself, I could bring some levity to it and some honesty to it and have some fun, because at the end of the day, I'm a fan of all these guys. I know how hard they had to work to get to this moment. I know the ups and the downs of it. I've experienced the highs and the lows, and so I'm really just kind of going through it with them, as opposed to trying to prove any points or have a dog in any race. So, no, my opinion of the media has changed. It's a lot of good people, but you got to just respect the process.
But I like what you said, Chris. You've always been honest, and that's kind of been your label. You've been very honest with your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier just to do that, especially when I'm passionate about something. I definitely try to
make
be honest
stuff up.
about. Yeah, just make some stuff up. Yeah.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
And Adams kicks to Livingston. He dishes it to Bellinelli. Down low.
That's his first personal foul.
Swiped it away. Here's Bullock. He's got 9. Harris kicks to Bullock. Fires the 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
12. Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
In the corner, it's Bellinelli. And Adams kicks to Bellinelli. Trains the three-pointer. Bellinelli's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The outside shooting of Bellinelli really opens up the floor for everyone else. His stroke from outside is just straight cash.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Deflects the pass. Stolen by Robinson.
Now you better watch it. He doesn't want to pick up a third foul before halftime.
The Cavaliers have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
And the Clippers are known as a high-wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
Here's on to Tacumbo. And it's sent back by Jokic. Lynn the pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's stolen by Livingston. 13 feet away. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. A 3-ball. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And Tyronn Lue thrown right into the fire as the head coach of the Cavaliers, and he led them to a title in his rookie year as a head coach.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind, but he's so organized. He knew the changes he wanted to make. Coming in and leading a championship team, he was up for the task.
Clippers trail by 18. Jokic is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then there's Horford. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Covington with the steal. Here's Brooks. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Here's Covington. Brooks, left side. A 3-ball. Again, the miss by Brooks. And Los Angeles guys shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Lynn. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lynn's got the first basket of the second half here for Los Angeles.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
I mean, Al Horford has a complete game. He can hit a big shot. He can get a defensive stop. I mean, even setting a great screen. And let's not forget about his passing. He does it all.
And you think about Al Horford setting screens, Chris, he can pick and roll, but he can also pick and pop.
Well, what I like about that, and for those basketball nerds like myself, what that means is he can facilitate. So he's a threat. If he sets the pick, he can go to the hole and finish. But as a defender, you have to be careful because you just can't anticipate that he can step back and knock down the jump shot. And if he's good at that, what about when he steps back, pump fakes, gives you a hands up, spins, and dunks on you? That's what they're talking about.
Jokic with the steal. Connaughton. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Kept alive.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined. Wow, he's really been dragging him down tonight.
And it's blocked. Over to the left wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
But don't forget about the good hand-eye coordination. I mean, he almost corralled it in for the steal.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
It's Covington on the wing. Jokic with the steal. Lynn kicks to Horford. Lets the three fly. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Ilyasova kicks to Covington. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Noel. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Horford.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
That's his 5th foul, and he is just 1 foul away from see you later disqualification.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. Jokic with the steal.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you can't forget about Horford. I mean, carving out space inside for the putback.
Nice shot by Brooks.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Floats one up. Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career, something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I have one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head. And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was, before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hot tub with my headphones on. I figured that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
To the inside. Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Their 3rd 3-pointer in a row.
Ilyasova dishes to Covington.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call. Let's see what they do right here.
There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brooks kicks to Henderson. Takes a three. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Connaughton missing.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
The Cavaliers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Clippers trail by 12. Stolen by Brooks. Ilyasova, no one around him. Off target from outside. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. For Cleveland, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. 5 seconds left in the third. Here's Bullock. Oh, that's blocked. Ends up. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here is Brooks. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Robert Covington. Brooks is out there with Henderson. Then it's Ilyasova. And it's Noel in a center. Out to the right wing. Wide open look. Jump shot is good. Bullock's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Thomas Robinson comes in for Ilyasova. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Gerald Henderson. And it's Livingston in for Aaron Brooks.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Robinson passes to Antetokounmpo. A second chance effort. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Antetokounmpo's got 32 points.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Harris dishes to Bullock. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Bullock's got 22 points. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Here's Antetokounmpo. The layup missed.
Well, he hasn't been very precise at all this quarter.
Harris misses.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
Yeah, just outworking guys in there, being accountable, being a leader by example.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Jokic has checked in for Adebayo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Manny Harris. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Harris. And there's the pass to Connaughton. Back to Lin. Pass to Jokic. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. Chris, if you were on the rules committee, what rule change would you like to see the NBA make going forward?
Kevin, there's not a rule I'd necessarily have changed, but I'd ask them to kind of reinterpret a couple of rules, and that goes with the flagrant foul. I often see so many plays that are just hard fouls called as flagrant fouls, and that can affect not only a player and later on whether it's a flagrant 2, but it can affect the game. It can affect the next game by how it's interpreted by a player being kicked out because of that. And so I just want to take the sensitivity or put the toughness back into that. So many flagrant fouls are called and they're not going at the head or they're chopping down on the wrist. And I just like to see it get back to be interpreted as it was a little while ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Lynn kicks to Connaughton. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Antetokounmpo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Antetokounmpo, just incredibly talented. A long, lanky, athletic powerhouse of a player. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there. Oh, and a nice look by Livingston. Keeping his eyes up. Locates the man.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Bullock kicks to Connaughton. Lynn. Pass to Connaughton. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Livingston passes to Robinson. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, the way Horford positions himself as the shot goes up. I mean, his defensive instincts are just absolutely fantastic.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Cavaliers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
From an offensive standpoint, he was their leader tonight. Whenever they needed a big bucket, he was always the guy to come up.
And it's Jokic with the rebound.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
That's his first personal foul.
And so here's Cleveland. Now Livingston. Robinson left side. Dishes to Livingston. Outside Robinson. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited.